All right, you guys. Just wanted to try and answer a few questions that have been coming up about setting up an online store for your gym apparel. This is something that I've been doing. I run a business, Water Dye Apparel, that's fitness apparel. And so this was something I learned firsthand by launching just directly an apparel business. And so I know this works. I know that there's money in it. It's my side hustle outside of this. So if you want to know a little bit more, tune in because I'm going to go through and actually show you Printful and Store Envy and all that kind of stuff so that you can see what's behind the scenes. And so it's not unknown. You can kind of see what Printful can and can't do. And so I'm just going to walk you through. Hopefully this video works. I'm going to try and share my screen with you guys and then keep talking you through it. You should be able to see my screen at this point. I'm going to go ahead and close out of some of these and go ahead and go to the Inferno Store Envy. This is my home gym that I set it up for them. So that's just the front end of it. And then I'm going to log in here. Water Dye. We're going to go Inferno. As you can see, I manage a few different things here. So we're logged in. So this is Store Envy. So I'll go back over here and just show you the front end again. When everything's working perfectly, the front of your home screen or your store will look something like this. You have your logo here. You've got your different apparel. We're pretty monotone right now, some by choice, some by options at the moment, and I can talk a little bit more about that. But here's the store. So I'm going to go to the Inferno store so you can see the back end. It has the Store Envy logo, so you know it's connected. This shows us all the products that we currently have in the shop, how many variants there are. So you see 21 variants. If I click on that, I'll show you what it means. It means that there are 3 different colors, and each of those colors has 7 sizing options. So that's how you get to 21 variants. And it shows you a little mock-up, shows you the model shirts, the size, the Printful price, and then the retail price. That shows you right there. This shirt would end up getting about $8 margin. And so that kind of all depends on what you're doing. So basically the way to think about it is Store Envy is actually where your store is being run out of, but the back end, where you get your products, who does your shipping for you and all that, because yes, they do your shipping for you, comes from Printful. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you. Once you're set up, you have a number of things that you can set up. So you could do gym leggings. They're actually amazing leggings. You can do socks, phone cases, embroidered hats, but I'm going to just show you setting up a t-shirt real quick. But it has everything from youth, kids, babies. So if you want baby gear for your gym, it can do that for you. So I'm going to just set up a basic shirt. So unisex t-shirts. I'm going to go ahead and click on, I typically use the Bella and Canvas or Next Level for a lot of my stuff. Those tend to be high quality. The one thing I hear from all of my apparel is it is extremely soft. So if you want good, high quality stuff, Bella and Canvas is a good way to go. The Tri-Blend's more expensive by $5. But they're good. It's worth it. So here's where you start to have some options. And so I'm going to go ahead and say we want this clay shirt. I'm going to uncheck the other one, but you could have multiple ones checked, and it's going to give you a live mock-up of all of them. So white fleck and clay. I'm going to go to upload a file. If you already have uploaded files, it keeps your files for you. So if you've got a designer that's designing stuff for you, you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this Inferno Flame. It tells you the print quality. So if you've got a really tiny deal here and it's not working how you want it to, it'll tell you. And so then you can switch back and forth and kind of see, what you want it on. So you can add text to this too. So if I wanted to do, CrossFit Inferno, I could change the text size so it fits on the shirt, because as you saw, it was out there. And then I could change the font and then drag it, and it kind of shows you where that is. So if you don't have a designer and you want to just kind of add some stuff to it or just make some generic shirts, you have the option to do that. And once you have it the way that you want it, you can do proceed to mockups. This shows which of the mockups you want to be the first thumbnail that's seen on your store. And you can pick which mockup format you want, if you want it to be a JPEG or a PNG. I personally like the PNG because it's a little higher quality. And then proceed to description. So this is when you can title it whatever you want. You could just, I'm just going to call this Inferno T test just in case I post it for some reason. You can have the size guide on there or you cannot. Size guide, I find, answers a lot of questions for you. And then this just gives you the generic product description. But if you've got like a saying that you like, you know, Inferno Strong or something like that you want to have, you can totally customize that. And then you proceed to pricing. And this is where it really shows you what your options are. So it shows you the actual price. This price is out the door. This is price for the shirt, price for the printing, regardless of the number of colors. If you have a back print and a front print, it changes these for your value. And so it shows you your retail price, and that's fully customizable. You can set this to $75 if you want it to be, you know, massive and no one to buy it. But it gives you the profit margin. But then it also shows you the dollar amount per item. So as you can see, the 2XL and 3XL are a higher cost. The 3XL being the most, so it shows you that if you made those 30 instead of 25, here's what you're gonna get. So it shows you that if you have collections set up, so say you want, you know, competition gear versus, you know, your gym gear, you can make collections in Store Envy that then you can start submitting things to keep stuff organized. Published product. This product will be visible in your online store. So if you don't want it published yet, so you just want to set it all up and then you want to release it on a given day, you can uncheck that and hit submit to store. And it's going to go ahead and run that right there and show you. We'll wait for a second. Of course, my Wi-Fi is not great. So while it's doing that, I'm going to just show you the back end over here. So this shows you the total number of orders, your net sales, all that kind of stuff. Tells you who your customers are, how many visitors there are. This shows you, so our test T came through, but it's hidden because I didn't want it published yet. And so I have two shipping groups. This is about pricing, and I'll show you that just briefly. So you're in control of how much you charge for shipping. So if your shipping costs for you in Printful is only $2, you could still make it a full $4 shipping and make some money on shipping. And so you've got a few options of what to do there. But I want this shipping group to be t-shirts because that's a little bit less expensive than the sweatshirts. And that's kind of all stuff you can figure out. Once the thumbnails load, they would show up here so you can see all those. And then this has a few things. So if you go into settings, this is where you manage like your store settings, what's visible, what your logo is, you know, what your links are that are on your shop and that kind of stuff. Payment info. This is why I say in my walkthrough, you either need to have Stripe or PayPal. PayPal to me has been the better option. And so you just create a business PayPal account, you link a bank to that, and you can start accepting payments through Store Envy. Shipping rates is where you set up all of what you want. So as you can see here, for standard, so inside the US for me, sweatshirt is $6, and then every item after that's $2.50. T-shirt I have is $4.50 and $1.50. But you can, these are all, you know, you can change these to whatever your kind of local thing is. If you know that people aren't really often going to be ordering from out of town, and it's only $1 to ship locally, you know, maybe you make that $2. But it also lets you do some frequently asked questions and customer support information. So if someone needs to get a hold of you about their order, it lets you do all that kind of stuff. You can put in your exchange policy and all that kind of thing. And here's the beauty of this. I had somebody ask me, you know, what's the monthly cost? There's got to be a monthly cost. There's no monthly cost to this. So your orders that go through Store Envy, I think Store Envy has a 99-cent per transaction fee that it does. You know, if you have Stripe with Store Envy, Stripe takes its own percentage. That's one of the reasons I like PayPal, is that it lets you just kind of use the services as is. And inside even your Printful, just sidebar bar for a moment, and then I'll get back to the monthly cost. This lets you look at a bunch of different stuff, your packing slip. So what do you want on there? Your gym logo can be on there. You can decide what carriers you want to allow people to use when they order. If you want to integrate it to something, you have API access. Your orders, I do manually confirming import orders just because my PayPal, sometimes there's a lag, and so I want to make sure the money's actually there before I approve it through Printful. So I'm just going to go here real quick. This is just a brief overview of what your orders look like, and it shows you all the different orders that are pending and being fulfilled. And like I said, Printful does all that stuff for you. They have a couple warehouses in the US, and they actually just opened up one in Europe. And so this is even something that'll be available overseas not too long. And so Printful has zero costs. You pay them for the shirt, and that's about it. And so, you basically, what I love about this service is you pay them when you're paid. So you don't have to worry about ordering inventory. You don't have to worry about sizes. They pick their sizes. They pick everything. And so this really does a lot of it for you. And so the other thing, if you're like, wow, I would still want some products on hand, you can do that kind of orders through Printful. You just go to new order, you say what you want. So I'm going to do an Inferno one, and it gives you some options. So if you're going to be ordering in bulk, you can do a screen print order, same kind of prices, but you can just do it in bulk. You can do a basic order, and then another thing I love is that it lets you do a sample order. So you can order, I think, 5 sample orders in a given month, which is, I think it's a 20% off for what you order. So if you've got new coaches and you want to get them in your gym, in their gear, you can order directly from this, a sample order to your gym, up to 5 times a month, and I think up to 5 products per order for the sample orders. And so you as a gym owner can get your staff discounted gear. There's so many things I feel like you can do with this. And so those are just a few of the things I wanted to make sure that I was able to just answer some of the basic questions. Mainly quite a lot of fears. I personally think this is the way of the future for your business. Our local box owner, Bill Grenler, had a big question about, like, what about the drop-ins? Those people that, they're there at your gym and they want to buy your stuff because they visited you. I just said, put up the store on your gym computer and let people order it there. They can ship it to home. They may be from way out of town, and for them to have to carry it back in their bag, it's just one more thing. And so this allows them to even order directly from your site while they're there. And so I think you can have both. But like I said, there's endless applications for this, in my opinion. And so the nice thing is you could have 50 designs on your site and not have to guess if people like one color or another. You can pick all the colors you want. You can pick all the designs you want, and it changes nothing for you, but the customer can choose. And so, yeah, that's Printful and Store Envy. That's the kind of stuff that we're recommending through our ebook. We are running a deal where I will do the setup for you. For $99, I'll set it up, and then the rest is yours. So with a $5 to $10 per item profit, that means you have to sell 10 items basically to get your money back. And so if you start using this regularly, you're going to get that back almost instantly, and you never have to worry about ordering again. So that was just a little walkthrough. Hope you found it helpful. I'm going to have this up on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page and our peer group. If you haven't joined our peer group, that's a great thing to have. I will try and have a link to that in the comments on this video or the info on this video, so you can get access to that, because I really think we can help you out on this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Comment below if you're watching and have questions. I will get back to you on all those.